All right, what is up, motherflowers? I know it's been a while, hasn't it? I feel like it's been a while, but it really hasn't been. But yeah, here I am. This is my WWE Monday Night Raw review recap for almost of September. I don't know why, but November 27, 2017. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving, whether it been you spending with family, which I'm pretty sure all of you pretty much did, but whatever. Again, hope you all had enough turkey, what have you, whatever you guys eat on Thanksgiving. I don't even know. But I hope you guys enjoyed your shopping if you did Black Friday or Cyber Monday. Hope you all shopped till you drop, and hopefully you guys didn't squish anybody in the process. Anywho, yeah, guys, like I said early on, this is my Raw review for November 27, 2017. I'm going to be very honest. I thought this Raw as a whole was pretty boring. And don't get me wrong, it had some good in the show, but overall, this was just a pretty much a boring, dull Raw show. And I kind of get why. I understand, there's no pay-per-view thus far for Raw until next year. When you think about it, like, the next pay-per-view is SmackDown, and it's the Clash of the Champions. So right now, all the momentum, all the hype right now, I guess, in some way, is towards SmackDown Live, because again, they got a pay-per-view to hype up coming up on December 17th. So right now, Raw is gonna seem like very, very, very filler until we get to Royal Rumble time. But again, guys, if you're new to the channel, hit that sub button down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up and share this stream/video throughout your entire social media. Also, interact with me here on the chat, or if not, through the comment threads once this becomes a video on the channel, what have you. And also follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. Also, before I continue on with Raw, I want to give a big shout out to the homie himself at Salrex Gaming for the awesome layout that you see here. Again, if you are a YouTuber or a podcaster out there and you want awesome layouts and logos done for your YouTube videos, your YouTube channel, or your podcast, hit up Salrex on Twitter at Salrex Gaming. He does amazing work, not just for myself, but for OKFabe, a Saul Monster from the Saul Monster Sounds Off, a Joe Cronin of the Joe Cronin Show, That Ass Podcast, just to name a few, all right? So go hit him up if you want awesome layouts and logos done. Overall, okay, Raw, like I said, it was a pretty boring show. It was live, I believe, from somewhere in Tennessee, I believe it was. But yeah, overall, the show kicked off with Roman Reigns as he's headed to the ring, talking about how literally this past couple weeks been crazy, how the Shield got back together, how Survivor Series, they went out to beat, the three guys from SmackDown Live being the New Day, and how they took name. And then literally on Monday night, the following, Monday after Survivor Series, he went on to beat The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. And then after that, the Shield took out The Miz after The Miz was running his mouth after Raw went off the air, which we all know what happened. The Miz is going to do a movie, The Marine, which is why he's not there right now, what have you. He talks about now that he has the Intercontinental, Roman Reigns, that is, has the IC title now. The Intercontinental title will now be prestigious. It's gonna feel like a big deal now because he has the belt, and he's gonna do what everyone else done, because apparently Roman Reigns is the fighting champion. He's gonna be doing these open challenges, I guess, every single week, challenging guys, I guess, from the Raw roster, what have you. And it was crazy because apparently Jason Jordan on Twitter challenged Roman, but that match didn't come out to be. So after all this, right, out came, the Miztourage. It was Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel who talked about how it's unfair what happened to Miz, but it seems like now, right, that they have a new replacement, I guess, for the Miz while Miz is gone, and that being Elias. And Elias came out and he pretty much said that tonight he'll be performing against Roman Reigns as he's accepting, Roman's open challenge. So that was literally one of the key matches of the show. And I thought, honestly, going into this, that was going to close the show. I honestly thought that match was going to close the show. And a lot of people thought for some reason that Elias was going to win the Intercontinental title. Now, that would be, I guess, shock-worthy, what have you. But come on, really? Do you really think that the big dog, Roman Reigns, was going to have, his first title defense for the Intercontinental title being a loss? Come on, think about it for a minute. Come on. But that was later on in the show. We then had the first match of the night here, and that ended up being Seth Rollins versus Cesaro. And here's the thing about this match, okay? I'm not saying they had a bad match. I thought this match, like every other match that they had in the past, was good. A good way to kick off the show, okay? And one of those things as well, again, it's one of those things where this match, again, you've seen this so many times, it's like, you're not seeing anything different, okay? Again, they had a good match, but I feel like I've seen this already. I don't need to see this again and again and again where it becomes the same old, okay? Apparently also next week on Raw, we're getting the Shield, because apparently per Rollins, the Shield are going to stay together even if they pursue individual titles, okay? And it's one of those things where apparently it was announced that, again, Rollins and Ambrose are going to challenge the bar for the tag titles next week. So again, it's like things never change here, okay? Can we come up with something different for Cesaro and Sheamus, and even for the Shield, like even for Cesaro, even for Ambrose and Rollins? Can we come up with something different? Okay? I'm tired of seeing the same old shit every single week. And I get it. Right now, it's all filler because, again, the focal point for a pay-per-view right now is on SmackDown with Clash of Champions. And I guarantee you tomorrow night on SmackDown Live, there'll be a lot of stuff being hyped up and pushed for the pay-per-view coming up on December 17th. All right? But after this, we get Samoa Joe versus Titus O'Neil because F it, why not? Apparently last week, Samoa Joe was beating the living hell out of Apollo Crews, who got Titus to get in the ring, and now we had a match. And I'm going to say this overall. I'm happy as hell that Titus got some offense in, okay? They made Titus O'Neil feel like a badass, like he can actually, take a fight to Samoa Joe all you want, but let's be real about it, okay? You knew going in that Samoa Joe was going to win, and he did. He won with a punch to the face, then with the coquina clutch. And it's one of those things, like, going into this show, like, going into this whole thing, I'm like, why are they wasting Samoa Joe to this only? You mean to tell me we couldn't come up with something different or something better for Samoa Joe? Instead, you're wasting his talent on Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews. Let's be real about it. Apollo Crews is just a dead weight right now. He's just a dead horse. That's really what he is right now, okay? And it's a shame because Apollo Crews is a talented wrestler, all you want, but they've taken that away from him. They really did. And that's what I was saying, but then I saw happen later on in the show, near the end of the Intercontinental title match, I'm going to get into in a little bit also, but that was my mindset going into this. After this, we get what was supposed to be a 6-person women's match, if you will, between Sasha Banks, Mickie James, and Bayley versus Paige, Mandy Rose, and Sonya Deville. Sasha comes out to the ring, and you're waiting for her partners to come out. They play Mickey's theme, and Mickey didn't come out. They play Bayley's theme, and Bayley didn't come out. Then Paige came out with her team. Apparently, they have a new name. The name of the group is called Absolution. Now, I'll be honest, okay? When I heard this name, I'm like, okay, this is something that a 90s R&B group would call themselves. It reminded me literally of 90s R&B. Absolution. Think about it. It has that name. Absolution. Let me just hear myself in the audio real quick. I want to hear myself. I want to see how it's coming off in the playback here as I'm going on with this review. But it's one of those things, again. Cool. You can hear me. Awesome. So Paige gets on the mic, talks about how she has explained to do how over a year ago, she pretty much broke all the barriers. She pretty much, started the evolution for women, how she was the reason why they're no longer called divas and now women's wrestling. Just literally all the women's revolution being pretty much her being the reason for it, if you will. It's like the same thing that Emma was saying weeks ago, how she started the women's revolution. But now Paige is saying it pretty much. And then after this, right, you see all 3 women get up on the apron, what have you, surrounding Sasha Banks. And then they each, you have Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, each, on the mic talk, right? And Mandy Rose came out, all right, don't get me wrong. Sonya Deville, I'll be honest, it was a little cringeworthy, but I'm going to say this in her defense, okay? In NXT, she rarely spoke on the mic. It's not like she was this expert on the mic or, anything like that, or they gave her promo time at NXT. To her defense, she's still young. I do believe as time goes on, she will get better on the mic. But I'll give you an example. Rollins, right? Back in 2015 was crap on the mic. Crap. Every week was, where's my statue? Where's my statue? The WWE. Now, I'm not saying he's amazing now, oh my God, but he's gone better. I think for someone like Sonya Deville, she will get better as time goes on. But after all this, each of them pretty much talking about how literally they have an allegiance to Paige, how all this is happening because of Paige. Paige is the reason why women's wrestling is on the map on WWE television, if you will. And they, after all this, go on to attack Sasha Banks, even though Paige offered Sasha a spot in the group. Either you're with them or you're against them. And I'll be very honest. Again, the name Absolution, I'll be honest, to me, they are the female, undisputed era. That's what they remind me of right now. And we'll see where this goes. And I wonder what's going to happen tomorrow on SmackDown Live with Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, and Sarah Logan. I wonder what's going to happen with that. But I was expecting, Paige to talk about that as well. Who was to say Paige makes an appearance on SmackDown Live, right? Who's to say? Just saying, but we'll see where that goes. Also, during this whole thing was happening, all this was happening too, you had Alexa Bliss on commentary. So then after Absolution came out, you see Alexa Bliss just walk away, like all panic mode and scared and shit. But we'll see again where all this goes. Okay, I do believe that at the Royal Rumble, we will see Paige versus Alexa Bliss, where Alexa Bliss will lose the Raw Women's Championship. And we'll have Paige once again champion because, again, it's her house, right? It's her house. After this is what we get Bray Wyatt versus Matt Hardy. Apparently, Bray Wyatt got on the mic and talked about how everyone's dead and we're all just dead and dead and dead. And here's the thing with Bray, okay? When he talks now, I just hear that old lady, the adult from, the Peanuts gang. That's all I hear when I hear Bray talk now. Because anything that he says, I can't take serious no more. I just can't. It's like he's become the joke. And I know it's tough to hear that for a lot of you, people that still hold on to this hope that Bray Wyatt can be saved, but he can't. And deep down in your conscience, you all know that as well. So then out comes Matt Hardy, and Matt Hardy comes out to this like weird walk. Like he doesn't do like the pose and anything on the entrance area. The match happened. It's okay. Didn't really go far, what have you. But Bray got the win. I'm like, holy crap, Bray Wyatt got a win. Holy crap. Am I seeing things here? And then after all this, right, Matt Hardy's like just sitting there, like, and then he's just chanting, delete, 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 delete. It's crazy because Michael Cole's like, oh, it's Matt Hardy hitting a breaking point. Like, we know where this is going, okay? And hopefully, just hopefully, we see the broken gimmick in some way, shape, or form, even if it's woken Matt Hardy, but I'll take that right now, because right now, Matt Hardy just being Matt Hardy is just failing right now. It's crazy because I remember a couple years ago when Matt Hardy was in TNA, he was broken Matt Hardy, right? And there's this whole talk of Matt Hardy with Jeff when they were the tag team champions in TNA, how they were doing all these challenges, right? And how they were throwing challenges to the New Day, to the Young Bucks, even the Wyatt family, even Bray Wyatt. I remember there was that Twitter exchange between Bray Wyatt and Broken Matt, like over like last year, whatever it was. And now you go fast forward now, and you see how easy Bray got the win over Matt. And again, I hope all this leads to Matt being finally, broken Matt Hardy or woken Matt Hardy, but we'll see where that goes. Obviously, I just don't know, really, to be honest. We then get Rich Swann versus Akira Tozawa versus Noam Dar versus Ari Daivari. Apparently, Kurt Angle announced that the winner of this Fatal 4-Way will go on to face a winner of a second Fatal 4-Way in 2 weeks, with the winner of that match facing Enzo Amore for the Cruiserweight Champ. So pretty much 2 Fatal 4-Ways. The 2 winners meet to determine the new number one contender. Because fuck it, we're running out of idea for the Cruiserweights right now. And I'm going to say this overall. I thought this match was a good match all you want, okay? Don't get me wrong. They went out there. They worked their asses off. But the problem was the crowd was dead for this shit. The crowd didn't give a fuck. They did not care what Rich Swann did, what Tosawa did, what Noam Dar did, or Ari Daivari did. No one cared. And if anything, there was a moment in this match where Rich Swann, there was like a dive outside the ring, and his knee hit Tosawa's face. But other than that, there was near fall after near fall. And I'm like, okay, this match is going on for way too long for no reason at all. Can someone just get a pinfall and get this match done with already? I don't care who wins. Ari Daivari can win. I don't care. But with all said and done, Rich Swann got the win. And I'm assuming next week, what have you, we get Cedric Alexander, maybe Tony Nese, maybe Brian Kendrick and Jack Gallagher. I'm just assuming, okay? I don't fucking know. I don't care about 205 Live. I just don't care about it. I don't care about the cruiserweight division right now. It's garbage. It's been garbage. It'll continue to be garbage under WWE's management, okay? Let's keep it 100. Even if they bring in Hideo Itami, whatever. As long as he's Kenta, which I know he will not be, but whatever. We then get the Intercontinental Championship match, Roman Reigns versus Elias. One thing I'll say too before I get into this match, early on, like at the beginning of the show, while Roman was speaking on the mic, the crowd was chanting, "You deserve it. You deserve it." It's like, holy crap, I'm hearing things right now, right? I thought Roman was hated. I thought Roman was the biggest piece of crap in wrestling, right? But no, apparently he deserves it. You know you're in Bizarro when you hear that, okay? But overall, this match, Roman Reigns versus Elias, this match went on for like 24 minutes. And I'm going to say this overall. I thought I was going to hate this match because I knew the outcome was going to happen. But I thought this was a very, very good match. I thought these two went back and forth. I thought Elias tonight, even though he didn't win, he looked like $1 million. Literally, Roman Reigns made Elias look like $1 million tonight. Literally just bumping around, taking every move from Elias. It reminded me a lot of Cena in a way. When Cena was doing the U.S. Open Challenge, remember that? And he faced all these guys on the roster and just eating their moves and kicking out until eventually he got the win. And that's what this match reminded me of in a way. And again, in a way though, at the same time, Elias, got more in this match even if he didn't win. I don't like hear no one say, "Oh, Elias got buried. Because again, that's the notion from a lot of fans. In reality, no. On the contrary, Elias had a good, had a good effort in this match. And when it's all said and done, hopefully, they end up doing something with Elias after this. Maybe in the Rumble match, he gets a good spot in and gets a lot of eliminations, has a good showing, if you will. We'll see where this goes. But nonetheless, this was a very good match. But no matter what happens, though, right? Roman is the bad guy here. Roman is hogging the spotlight. Roman is a piece of crap. I said it before and I'll say it again. Listen, okay? And I'm not trying to come off like a Roman defender or the president of the Roman Reigns fan club, because I'm not, okay? But let's be real about it, okay? If Roman Reigns wore kick pads and did super kicks and came out of Ring of Honor or the New Japan Dojo, oh my God, this guy would deserve everything, right? He should be the world champ, but because, oh no, he's not from any of that, he doesn't deserve anything. That's the notion I get from a lot of fans, which is a shame. Because here's the thing about it too, okay? It's been 2 years already, okay? Can we please move on from this Roman Reigns hate BS? I'm just saying, but after all this was said and done, right? Roman's walking back, and he is attacked by Samoa Joe and choked out by Samoa Joe. So obviously from all this, we know that Samoa Joe is next in line. And honestly, I don't mind seeing this on a Raw, if you will, but at the same time, I want to see this on a pay-per-view. And again, being that Raw has no pay-per-view coming up until the Royal Rumble, you build this up to a Raw. You build this up, if anything, you build this match up till Raw 20. That's kind of impossible. I was going to say build this up to the Raw 25th anniversary show, but really, to be honest, you really can't do that right now. That's in January. You're not going to build this up for 2 months for a Raw. No. If anything, I don't know, maybe build this up to Christmas. I don't even know. But again, I am all aboard for Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe for the Intercontinental title. I'm all for it. Okay? And I think these two guys can go out there, have a good match. Do I see Joe getting the win? Maybe so, but we'll see where this goes. We'll see where this goes at the end of the day. After this, we get Asuka versus Dana Brooke, a match that literally goes just like 2 seconds. If you blink, you missed the match. I'm telling you right now. The replay went longer than the match. After this, Absolution came out, and they teased that they were going to attack Asuka, but they let her go. Got people thinking maybe Asuka's part of this group. Can you imagine if Asuka's part of this group? It'd be so stupid. But then again, the WWE logic for you, right? I guarantee you next week on Raw, you're going to have Sasha Banks confront Asuka. I guarantee it. Or maybe have Bayley and Mickie James confront Asuka. What's going on? Where's her allegiance, if you will? But we'll see. But I thought at the same time was good because, again, you want to keep Asuka as, this undefeated, person that doesn't get touched right away. Eventually, it's going to happen. Eventually, she will get attacked, what have you, but not now. Not now. Even though there's been talks of WWE doing this female Royal Rumble with the women, I think Asuka should win that if they are to go that route with the women's Royal Rumble match. And then we get what I thought was supposed to be the main event of the evening. Kane versus Jason Jordan, because F it, why not? Okay? When you're Kurt Angle's kid, you close the show. Why oh why is beyond me. And apparently, this match went to a countout because apparently Jordan re-injured his knee. He re-injured it, and he tried to get back into the ring, but to no avail. He got attacked again by Kane. Then out of nowhere, out came Finn Balor for the save, and they led directly to Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe. And, my bad, Finn Balor versus Kane. I said Samoa Joe for no reason, but you kind of get the gist of it, okay? This match was short again because apparently Finn Balor beat Kane by disqualification when Kane attacked with the chair, and then Strowman literally made the six. I feel like, Finn was going to get stomped on by the chair. Like, he had the chair wrapped around his head, and Kane was going to stomp on it. Braun made the save. You need to think about it, too. Like, they made Finn feel like this victim. Like, oh, my God, he can't defend himself. Even though, yeah, he couldn't defend himself and shit. But it made it seem like, oh, my God, poor Finn. Like, Finn's getting ambushed by this chair, and he can't, and no one can do anything about it. It made you get sympathy for Finn in a way, which I thought was kind of silly, but it is what it is, really. Out came Braun, and Braun and Kane brawled, what have you. They were brawling around, where eventually, Kane was trying to hit Braun with the chair to no avail because Braun didn't sell it at all. And then, literally, just Braun attacking Kane with the ring steps, and then Braun did like the power slam on the steel steps, and then he grabbed the chair and literally hit Kane's throat with the chair for getting revenge from last week, and that's how they closed the show, with Braun Strowman prevailing, getting revenge after all this time, what have you. But again, it's one of those things right now where Raw has no pay-per-views right now, and you're going to see a lot of filler on Raw, I guarantee you. And I guarantee you as well, on SmackDown Live, you're going to see a lot of hype, a lot of, matches being put on the pay-per-view, because again, SmackDown has a pay-per-view to hype up right now. But again, Raw, I'm going to say this overall, was a boring show, in my opinion. There's some of you that probably like the show, which is fine as well. I'm not saying that you have to agree with me, whatever. It's fine. But I thought Raw today was a pretty boring show. And again, if anything, go back and watch, Roman Reigns versus Elias for the Intercontinental title match. And maybe that's probably it. That's all I got to say here, guys. Give me your thoughts down below in the comment threads of this video. Your thoughts on Raw, if you enjoyed it or not, or if you found it boring like I did. Follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. Again, big shout out to the homie himself at Salrex Gaming for the awesome layout that you see here. If you are a YouTuber or a podcaster out there and you want awesome layouts and logos done for your YouTube channel and all that fun stuff for your podcast and logos, what have you, hit him up on Twitter at Salrex Gaming. He does amazing work, not just for myself, but for OKFabe, Joe Cronin of The Joe Cronin Show, the Solemn Monster of The Solemn Monster Sounds Off, and the awesome people over from That Ass Podcast. All right, guys, that's all from me. Follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven, and I am out like Janice Titties. Peace out, mother flowers. I'll be back tomorrow for a SmackDown Live review. Maybe, I don't even know yet. We'll see. All right, guys, I'm out. Peace.